Lammhults Modern Essentials is the story of Lammhults, where it came from, where it is today, and where it will be in 5, 10, or 20 years' time. And time is essentially the measure of success of a design-driven company. Lammhults was formed in 1945 in southern Sweden by two gentlemen who made metal component parts, both for an oil burner industry and for the furniture businesses that were close by. The first chair produced by Lammhults was the pyramid chair in 1955. Designed by the founder, Edmund Stoll, it relied on the strength of the company, the production of steel components, in this case tubing, and a plywood seat and back. It was a local product, done by a local workshop and produced for local businesses, but it took Lammhults to a new position as a contract company, a supplier to institutions and offices. The furniture that Lammhults produced from 1955 onward has conformed to the premise of the modern movement, which asks that all the designs show three things. One, a clarity of their design. Second, a truth to materials. And third, the social imperative of industrial production. Lammhults has, from its beginning, has added a fourth dimension to those modern premises, and that is that of the more humanist craft form and interpretation of the style that has been typical of Scandinavian design and, in fact, Swedish design. Through the 1955 to 1965, Lammhults was quite successful in producing what were essentially workshop design styles that to a local marketplace. In 1965, Edmund Stoll saw the need to bring in fresh ideas to create a product range that had a greater appeal both internationally and in the domestic market, but products that would be more favorable in terms of their appreciation by interior designers and interior architects. He approached two acknowledged and popular furniture designers, Lindau and Lindekrantz, and enlisted their services in bringing new designs to the company. The first pieces they did were upholstered chairs that were quite good and very well received, but nothing compared to their success of 1968, which was the S70 collection. S standing for steel, and the concept was to take the small diameter metal tubing familiar to all of us from the German and the Hungarian Marcel Breuer designs and expanding it to 16 millimeter size that completely changed the impression of the product. In addition to that, they stole or adapted some of the ideas from the youthful movement of the Swedish culture of the 1960s and colored all the tubing in fantastic colors. This product was, in terms of its public success and in terms of its commercial success, a dividing line for the company. With the introduction of the S70 collection, the public was served notice that Lammhults was a modern company, a progressive company, and a company that was innovative in its field of steel furniture production. Through the 60s, Lindau and Lindekrantz produced a number of designs, and into the 70s. And there were 20 years of great success that their designs brought to Lammhults. In the 1980s, with a weakening economy in Sweden, the management of Lammhults took a new look at where the company was, where the company needed to be, and where the company needed to go. And where they decided it needed to go was to the international marketplace. The managing director approached first a number of students who had taken part in a student workshop that Lammhults had funded. The first two of those people were Luve Arben and Gunilla Allard, who brought fresh concept, a youthful approach, new designs and new ideas, still within the framework of the modern movement and still true to those the aesthetics of modernism and the Lammhults craft tradition. Ono, designed by Luve Arben, pays tribute to the form language of Lindau and Lindekrantz in its simple modern execution of formed laminated wood. The cinema chair was Gunilla Allard's first style imprint on Lammhults. Simple and elegant, the chair's scale and proportion were perfect for the times. In the postmodern era of the mid-1980s, Planke was a little bit of fun for Lammhults, an object that explored the basic question of how little it takes to make a chair. The next step for Lammhults was their association with two designers from Denmark, Peter Hjort Lorentzen and Johannes Forsen. Their designs were exceptional in terms of work with molded wood, including their very successful campus chair. The campus chair was a cooperative effort between Lammhults management and the designers to come up with a collection of seating that would give Lammhults an international presence. The chair, a combination of both art and technology, was deemed to be a design that could be understood anywhere, and as such put Lammhults into a prominent position in the global marketplace. At the end of the 1990s, Lammhults added another young design talent, a woman named Anja Septon. Millibar was Anja Septon's interpretation of the classic bar stool. An innovative mesh back and a simple perimeter steel frame were perfect for the Lammhults modern essentials. With the introduction of Anja Septon's products, Lammhults entered the 21st century with a strong collection for both the domestic market and the international contract marketplace. This year, Lammhults introduces a new chair that combines innovative material technology with the modern essential standards of clarity of design and truth to materials. For over 65 years, Lammhults has provided a signature Scandinavian style to interiors of both homes and offices, creating a world of elegant modern interiors.